Yo, Soul Tribe, gather at the fireplace. I got this beautiful little stone here, which I don't know which type of stone it is, but it's pretty beautiful. It has some dots in it. So today I want to talk about the concept of good and bad and what that has to do with learning lessons from everything. Let me start with this. Every action, whether it is good or bad, and by the way, good and bad don't exist, but I'm gonna tell it in that way so we can communicate. Every action, whether it is good or bad, has a good and a bad consequence with it. Because everything is one, it always has a shadow side and always has a light side. So let's, for an example, you have a good thing that happened to you, okay? Maybe you got promoted. The good side of it is that you make more money, okay? But there's always a bad side. You have more responsibilities. You have more work to do in most of the time, okay? More people are relying on you. Same thing as when you buy stuff. Yes, you have some stuff that you now own. And by the way, you can't really own anything. But I'm gonna tell it in that way so we can communicate again. Yes, you got that brand new TV, okay? But the thing is, it always has a bad side to it. You have the responsibility to keep that thing intact. Otherwise you feel bad, okay? Maybe you break it someday and you feel bad. You wouldn't feel bad if it didn't even had a TV in the first place. So it can't really get damaged or destroyed, okay? Same thing with bad stuff that happens to you. Let's say you got fired from work. Yeah, you got fired from work, but the good thing is you can now focus on things that really matter to you. Maybe if you took that as an advantage point, you'd receive so much positive energy in your life. Maybe you start a new job, maybe you build your own business, and you wouldn't have done it without being fired most of the time. Stuff happens to you because it's a lesson, because it teaches you something. We can always see a lesson in both perspectives. So yes, I see good things that happen to me with a good and bad side. And I view things that are more negative as bad and good. So this is the message. Keep an eye out for the illusion of separateness. Everything is connected, even lies and truth, and even good and bad. It's all what you make of it. It's all an illusion. Yes, it feels good when you are more in tune with your good side, okay? And you can do that. But you can feel good only when you felt bad. You can only feel bad if you felt good. That's the whole point. The concept of the heaven which is discussed in Christianity. And by the way, I'm not bashing if you're a Christian. I'm just telling what I feel, okay? The whole thing with the heaven in Christianity is that is all the time positive, but it's eternal. And when you let me say you are eternally there, you're eternally now in heaven, okay? So what happens? It gets boring after a while. I know it might sound blasphemic or something like that, but I don't mean it that way. The thing is, if you can't really experience anything bad, you can't make out the good. If you're just feeling good for an eternity, it gets dull, it gets numb. You get numb. Same thing with the concept of hell. When you're tortured for all eternity, there comes a point where you don't even feel pain anymore because it's normal. It makes no sense. The only way I can see hell is when there's good and bad, but you decide to go with the bad. It's Earth. When you decide to go with the bad, you're in hell right now. That is hell. It's not where you get tortured all the time. It gets dull, like I said. You get numb. Okay? When you have a scar, you don't feel pain in that spot anymore, do you? When you have a wound, a crust builds. Okay? You get toughened up by that. You don't feel it anymore. The only way which one can experience hell is by having also a shimmer of light in it. Because that gives the sense to oneself that the bad things are there. Same thing with heaven. Yes, there are higher planes which can be perceived as heaven, but there's always a downside and there's always an upside to that. It's two sides of the same coin. That isn't a coin, but it's symbolically, okay? There are always two sides. It's duality, it's everywhere. Man and woman, day and night. Okay? Living and dying. It's all around us. It's a different experience, but it's not bad or good in a sense. So I just wanted to talk about that, and have a great day.